This video is on upgrading the coach to install a pump winterization kit. And when I say upgrading the coach, it's a bit of a misnomer because there actually is a winterization kit in the RV now, but it's not adequate. This is what you need. This is an aftermarket one from Camco, and it's got a three-way valve and a length of hose that allows you to inject antifreeze into the water lines without having to fill the water tank full. So, I mean, you only use 1 or 2 gallons of antifreeze versus it used to be, 10 or 12 gallons. The way this works, this three-way valve will either connect the antifreeze line here to the water pump, and that's the bypass mode, or it will connect the water tank directly to the water pump and bypass the antifreeze line. So it does one or the other. Now, I did mention that my coach sort of does that. What the knuckleheads that built my coach did is they kind of skimped out, and instead of using a three-way valve, they only used a single valve. And instead of me trying to explain it, I'm just going to put up a drawing and just kind of go over it with you.
Well, this first drawing shows the way it should be done and the way the Camco kit does. If you'll see that the three-way valve there is in the normal position, then the water tank goes straight to the water pump. Then when you winterize the system in the bypass position, the water tank is disconnected. The antifreeze port is connected directly to the water pump, which allows you to inject antifreeze into the system. Well, the geniuses that built my coach thought they would save some money by just putting an on-off valve in the line so that when you turn the valve off, the water tank is disconnected, and then you just take and remove the cap from the antifreeze port, and then that will inject the antifreeze into the water system. However, when the water system is in operation and the on-off valve is on, then the cap on the antifreeze port has to be tight because there is no valve preventing any air from leaking into the system. And in fact, if that is not tight, that's exactly what happens, is air will suck into the system.
So what I'm going to do in this project, I'm going to cut the top of the Mickey Mouse injection port that the RV manufacturer put in my coach, cut the top of the tubing, and I'm going to put one of these in, and it's a nice ball valve. And then when I close it, it's going to act a little bit like a three-way valve. And then, of course, I open it, and then I can inject the antifreeze in there. So here's the antifreeze injection port that the factory did. And this is the valve that connects the water tank to the water pump. So this is always in line without having a valve on it. Now, the only thing that keeps this thing from sucking air is this cap. Now, when we bought this last year, the dealer winterized it for us, and I didn't realize, but they did not get this tight. And we were actually sucking air all summer from the water system, and I found later that it's because this thing wasn't tight. So that's the main reason why I'm going to replace this, is because I'm going to put a valve in the place of this so that no longer happens. Okay, so here's my cutter. I'll cut it about there. Simple as that. Then my PEX cinch clamp goes here. The fitting goes there. And now you can see why I have the ratchet rather than the long handle version, because you're going to have a hard time with the long handle version getting this in here. I mean, this is hard enough as it is with the ratchet. That's it. We're done. Wasn't hard. So here we'll put the antifreeze in here. When we turn that on, and we'll turn this off. And then in normal operation, we turn this on and we turn this off. And then all I have to do is take my hose. It's just a garden hose, and connect this hose here, and I just put this into the bucket of antifreeze. And I'm just going to put a little nice cap on here to... There we go. We're done.